Hey y'all, happy Thursday. Whatever day it is for you, happy day. I hope your day is fabulous. I had gotten everything out to make bread. I was going to make bread today. That was the plan. I was going to bake bread. Well, when I got everything out and was measuring it, I'm about 3 cups short on the flour. I knew I needed to go to the store this morning, but it is pouring the rain, y'all. It is raining so bad. I mean, it's just a steady, non-stop rain. I didn't want to get out in it. So just set that to the side, and I asked my sister, I said, when you go to pick your son up from school, will you drop me off some flour so I can make some bread? And she said yes. She may come down sooner because I did message her and say, hey, you should come down for lunch today. I'm going to make something yummy. What I'm going to make, I've never made stuffed green peppers. Never made them. And we have all these beautiful green peppers from the garden. This isn't all of them. This is just the ones that will stand up because I figured they needed to stand up. So I Googled the recipe. I'm just going to use it as a base. I'm not going to follow this recipe to a T. I'm going to tweak it to how I want it. Number one, it called for large green peppers. I don't have large green peppers. Mine are small and medium and extra small, but it'll be fine. It'll still work. And it also called for tomato sauce. I don't have tomato sauce, but I have real tomatoes, so we're going to use that. It also called for garlic powder. I'm going to use real garlic instead. It also called for ground beef. I do have ground beef, however, it's in patties. But I'm going to fry that up and make it not patties. It'll be fine. We're going to improvise. This is going to be absolutely delicious. So I'm just going to use this recipe as a base because I've never made this, just to give me an ideal of how to do this. I cannot believe I've never made stuffed green peppers. This is going to be so delicious, I imagine. And also, sugar wasn't on the recipe, but I'm adding some sugar. Since I'm not using tomato sauce, I'm using real tomatoes, I thought I should probably add a little bit of sugar. According to this, well, I guess the first thing I need to do is preheat my oven to 350. And then it says to cut the tops off the peppers and remove the seeds. Cover with water in a large saucepan and cook for 3 minutes until slightly soft. Okay, so first thing I need to do is make room. We need room to work. We need room. To cut the tops off of these green peppers. But I'm not going to waste these tops. I'm going to chop them up and put them in a freezer bag for a later recipe. And of course I'll need to save the seeds, so I should get a brown bag. Because I can save the seeds and dry the seeds and reuse them for next year in the garden. Let's go ahead and write green pepper because I will go, I wonder what that seed is. I have brain fartitis. I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, so let's get started. We're going to cut the tops off of these green peppers and remove the seeds. I think I should get a bowl. Well, no, I'll just do this. I need a smaller knife too, I believe. I'm assuming there needs to be plenty of room in here for the meat mixture, so I'm just going to kind of make some room. I'm going to set these tops to the side because I'll chop those up and put them in that freezer bag shortly. So how is your week going so far? This week in these here parts, we are getting rain. Lots and lots of rain. Cooler temperatures, which I'm a fan of cooler temperatures, especially since I don't have any air conditioner in my car and I don't like to sweat. So I love fall is my favorite season. Summer is not. But Babes, he loves the summer. He loves it. That's his season. Not I. I mean, I like the activities of the summer and the kids being off from school, but I like it when it's cool. I like to wear layers and boots and sweaters and sweatshirts and be outside and be cold. I love the snow. A lot of people around here don't like the snow because when we get the snow, we get the snow. Last year, Babes got snowed in at work for, I want to say it was almost 2 weeks. I don't remember exactly. I could totally be wrong on that, but it was a long time. And the kids got snowed in at their grandparents. I was here all by myself going stir crazy, getting into all kinds of projects. Making messes is what I was doing. Making lots and lots of messes. Oh, the oven's ready, but we're not ready. We're not nowhere near ready. Let me know in the comments, what is your favorite season? And tell me why. Tell me why it's your favorite season. And tell me what your least favorite season is and why. I'd love to know. I love knowing things like that. My favorite season is definitely fall. Fall is my favorite season because I love the colors, I love the smells, and I love the temperatures. But most of all around here, that's festival season. I love going to festivals. Love it. And haunted houses. I love haunted houses. Me and my sister, we started it last year. We took a Saturday and went to all the local haunted houses, and it was so much fun. And we are planning that is going to be an annual thing. So we are doing that again this year. As many as we can fit into one Saturday. That's what we're going to do. But yeah, that was so much fun. That's my thing. I love haunted houses. I love scaring people too. I wonder if I think I can fit a couple more in this pan. Let me see if I can find a couple more that'll stand up. Well, they don't stand up perfect, but it'll be fine. I think once they're crowded in that pan, it won't matter. But these mountains, you won't find a prettier place in the fall than these mountains. It is absolutely beautiful here. The only sad thing is that it's beautiful when it turns for fall. But after it's done, it just gets really dark and dreary and gray and kind of depressing around here. I still like the cold weather though. Maybe that's why I like the snow so much, because in the wintertime around here it gets really doom and gloom and the snow just kind of brightens it up. There's just a feeling about it. It makes my heart happy. We have the peppers, the tops cut off and seeded them. I'm going to cover this with water, heat it up for about 3 minutes, and then drain them. Well, let's see what it says. Cut the tops off the peppers, check. Remove the seeds, check. Cover with water in large saucepan. Simmer and cook 3 minutes till slightly soft. Drain, rinse with cold water, and set aside to drain. Okay. I think how I'm going to do it is I'm just going to bring it to a boil and then turn it off and let it cook for 3 minutes. I'll bring those peppers to a boil, turn it off, let them sit for 3 minutes, and then rinse them in cool water and drain them. While we are waiting for this to happen, I'm going to go ahead and put my ground beef on. I wish I didn't have to do it this way, but we improvise and we work with what we have. This wasn't planned. I just couldn't make the bread because I didn't have enough flour. So I thought, we've got those green peppers and tomatoes in the fridge. I need to use those for something, and I'm hungry. And I want something good. I'm going to put on some gloves because I can't stand touching their feet. Anybody else have weird quirks like that? This will be no problem at all. While this is happening over here, I'm going to go back to the chopping board and start chopping up some other things that need chopped. It says 1/3 cup of onion on this recipe. I think I'll do about half of this onion. I don't know how many cups that is, but that's what we're using. Peppers are boiling. I'm going to turn it off and just let it sit. I just brought the peppers to a boil, turned it off, and set my timer for 3 minutes. Our onion is chopped. I'm going to add this to the ground beef. No meal is complete without some garlic. Let's Let's chop up a few garlic cloves. I'm going to use, it looks like 4½. I'm adding the garlic cloves into the ground beef. Oh, there's the timer. The timer just went off for the green peppers, so I'm going to drain those and rinse them with cool water, lay them on a towel. I'm rinsing the green peppers in cold water. Let's do it this way, one at a time. And then I'll turn them upside down and put them on this towel. Let me know how you make your stuffed green peppers. This is the first time I've ever made them. I googled the recipe. I'm not going 100% by that recipe. I'm just using it as a guideline and then turning it into my own. Let those sit, and then we'll finish with everything else. I'm going to add in 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper and 1/4 of a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. I'm going to switch this over to this burner because this burner is a turbo burner and I like cooking on it better. It just wasn't available when I needed it. Okay, I guess I need to get the rice cooked. So I'm just going to put the rice in a measuring cup and throw it in the microwave for a few minutes. I said I was going to cook this in a measuring cup in the microwave, but my glass measuring cups are already got ingredients in them measured out for the bread that I thought I was going to get to make. So we're just going to use this one in this bowl. So we're going to take 1 cup. I'm using white rice. You can use any kind you want, according to the recipe. I don't know. I've never made this before, but that's what I'm using. So we're going to take 1 cup of white rice. Cover this with some water and heat it up. I'm going to put it on 3 minutes and check it. This meat is smelling so yummy, y'all. I think there is nothing better than the smell of ground beef and onions and garlic cooking. I think this is ready for me to chop up some tomatoes and put in here and add in our sugar. And then we'll add in the rice and get these peppers stuffed and throw in the oven. Ooh, we'll be having lunch early today. I think I might have a baked sweet potato to go with this. That sounds good. Let's chop up these tomatoes. I have more in the freezer if I need them, but I think this will be enough. This is a bread knife, I know. but I like using it. It's really good for cutting vegetables. It is really sharp. I know I have cut myself on this knife really bad quite a few times. It's so sharp it cut through one of my false fingernails. True story. And these tomatoes and green peppers are out of our garden. And if I knew for sure if Sister was coming or not, I would add in some of the, we got some hot peppers in there too. I would add in a little bit of that. But I done invited her down to eat some. She hasn't responded yet, but I think she probably went back to sleep on this nice rainy day. That's what I had planned on doing, laying on the couch and just watching some Real Housewives and having a lazy day. But I didn't. I thought, I need to make some bread and then I can have a lazy day. And then I got started sorting out the ingredients for the bread. And realized I was short about 3 cups of flour because I was going to go to Roper's today and get flour, but it is so rainy I just didn't want to get out in it no more than I have to. I did have to get out in it to take Miss Adlin her pajamas. They're having pajama day at school and I forgot to put her in pajamas this morning, so her teacher messages me and was like, Adlin is really upset that she's not in pajamas for pajama day. I'm like, oh darn it, I forgot. So I had to go dig out the pajamas out of the winter tub and take them to her. She was very happy. That's another stir. Oh, that smells good. Let's throw in these maters. Maters coming in. Maters. Yummy maters. Now I'm going to add in some sugar. Wonder how much sugar I should add in. I'm going to give these maters some sugar. You know what I think will be good in this? Some ketchup. I think ketchup will be good in this. No, I'm not doing ketchup. I'm thinking this salsa I get from Roper's, I'm going to add a little bit of that in there. I'm just going to add all of it in there because I got a new jar. So I think I still do want to add a little bit of ketchup. I just had a recipe idea. A nice I'm adding in some ketchup. I didn't measure it. I don't know. We're just winging it. Alright, that's all we're adding because we're out. But I just had a recipe idea. I think this would be good with some chicken and shred it with some barbecue sauce and shredded cheddar cheese. Oh man, I think that would be really delicious. We'll have to try that one day because we're going to be getting lots of green peppers because it's doing fabulous out there. The green peppers is. I'm just going to add about 2 teaspoons. Oh, I really want to try that. I hope I don't forget about it. I hope I don't forget about this little recipe I've come up with in my mind. Some chicken, shredded chicken, barbecue sauce, and cheddar cheese, stuffed green peppers. That just sounds good, y'all. That sounds really good. I'm just going to add the rice in here. I don't even know what the directions say, but I'm pretty good at going with my gut and winging it. That's when my cooking turns out the best, is when I make it up. And then everybody's like, will you make that again? Oh, well, I don't remember what I did.
Lordy, have mercy on me.
I got a taste of this before I put it in these peppers, just to see if it needs anything, you know. Just to make sure we're not missing anything.
Oh, dear Jesus. Oh, dear Jesus. Dear baby Jesus. Mother Mary. Mother Mary in Bethlehem. This is good.
Oh, y'all. I can't imagine how good that's going to be when it's got that green pepper flavor. Daggone. Let's get this son of a gun in these peppers and cooking. I hope these fit just right in here. I believe they might. Close to it anyway. Well, I had room for a couple more. I'm almost tempted to get out a couple more peppers. It don't take long. Let me see how many I have. I just got one more, so it's not hardly worth it to do. Do I want to leave some space between, or do I want them close together? I think it'd be easier to fill them close together, and then I might can separate them. Okay, nothing to do but to do it. How should we go about this? I wonder if I should use this spoon or a smaller spoon. Let's just try it with this one. Y'all, I am excited. I have always wanted to make stuffed green peppers, and as much stuff as I have made, why in the world have I never made these? I don't know. I have no clue. But we're making them today.
And I've got a feeling, everything's gonna be alright. Oh, I've got a feeling these are gonna be delicious.
And I really am thinking about putting cheese on top of them. What should I do? Do y'all put cheese on top of yours? Cheese makes everything better. Yeah, no, I'm right. See, my mind's thinking right now, okay, do I want to finish using all this in here? Or do I want to put it up for another day or another recipe? But I'm just going to go ahead and put it all on there. I don't know. That's probably not the way you're supposed to. Do I need to separate them a little bit? Do they need to be touching? What would you all do? What would you do? For me, I feel like I want to separate them just a little bit. We bake for 25 to 30 minutes, so I'm going to hit my cook time for 25 minutes, so the oven will just cut off in 25 minutes, and my timer for 30. I'll see you in 30 minutes. Cook time, 25, timer, 30. I'm so excited. I'll let y'all know how they are. I'll give you a finished product. I'm thinking I'm going to do a baked sweet potato. Meanwhile, while we're waiting on this, I'm going to chop up the green pepper tops and put them in a freezer bag and fix the seeds so they can be drying out. I've decided I'm going to chop up some sweet potatoes since I finally did talk to Sister. Her and her Aunt Marcia are going to come down for lunch. So I'm going to chop them up instead of baking them. I only have two. They're really large though. So I'm going to cut them up and fry them in some butter. I was going to bake them for me, but since there's just two, I'm going to cut them up and fry them in some butter and some of that pink Himalayan salt. And that'll still be delicious. And it'll be enough for 3 of us because they're pretty large sweet potatoes. So let's cut those sweet potatoes up and get them ready to fry in the pan. Let's do this. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm so excited to have a good lunch with them. I love to cook for people, and lately, because of Babe's work schedule and the kids' schedules, it's really hard to cook family dinners, except for on the days everybody's home, which is really rarely. So we're kind of just grabbing and heating up leftovers or cooking several small meals throughout the day. It works. I just really wish he would be on a regular schedule so we could have more sit-down dinners. But I get to have a nice sit-down lunch with the ladies today. I'm excited about that. Let's get these sweet taters cut up and cooked.